well, it was called Educating Engineers as if you're so you've got to discover that they're human, but it does help if you do that. How is an improvement? So step 2 is basically gathering the data and making an interim claim of learning. And step 3 is, well, they've had feedback from me in stage 1, from John Cowan. It's available to them, it's voluntary, it's private. He doesn't tell me who asked for feedback. So I don't know who asked for feedback. He'll sometimes tell me, if I ask him, well, how many looked for feedback? And he'd say, well, 15 or 20 or 30. And what would you, if I ask him to summarise what were the main issues, he'll do that for me. But I don't know who. So then they have to take account of the feedback they got. And then I discovered, this is something I added on this year, because it seemed to be necessary this year. Nobody benefits if claims are not evidenced or made persuasive in some way. So therefore the instruction was, please be loud on specifics and short on waffle. And again, a whole page wandering about time management that says nothing about their experience, nothing about their challenge, nothing about their learning. Time management is a wonderful thing. If you manage time, you can manage projects and sort of okay, I kind of know that. I've been in the industry for 28 years. Now tell me something I don't know. So I have to tell you. So better to honestly claim a lesson learned the hard way, I wish I had, than make an unsupported claim of prodigious development. No creative fiction, please. So one of the most common adverb among the young Irish in particular is vastly. Vastly. I just love vastly. I love vastly. So I've actually told them, try to write it without using the word vastly. Get out the waffle eraser. That's the other thing. Nevertheless, some still don't listen and can't read or so on. And then the final stage, again, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Stage 3A is submitted and an anonymized peer-to-peer feedback system. Right? Now you talk about consent around this, and this was around people not wanting and wanting and so on. At one particular point, I left post-its in the room and I walked out and I asked them to discuss did they want to do peer feedback, and there was some kind of a answer came out the door that said, yeah, we do it this way, we do it that way, right? But then a subgroup of mature students came to me and said, listen, we'd rather do it among ourselves. So don't assume the class is a class. Don't assume that there's a social entity called the class. The class is an administrative, bureaucratic entity. It's not a social reality. And who knows what's hiding in there. So anyway, you've got to stay alert to what's going on. So there's two contexts. There's year 2 and year 3. In year 2, this is a very interesting module, and it's a free-form module. Let's just say it's got lots of space. They're asked to look at a problematic situation of some kind and improve it. But they've got 4 other modules, and that's in contrast to year 3, where it's an integrated project spanning 4 modules. So in one case, it's a smaller space, time-wise, but it's very free. And in the other case, it's a jammed space, but it's spanning virtually everything they're doing. So here's what a workshop looks like. How do you get them to identify activities? What do engineers do? That's some of the verbs that they gather together in a group work session on activities involved in doing the project. Socializing, relaxing, listening, presenting, debating, enjoying, attending, testing, interpreting, da-da-da-da-da. And you'd search quite hard to find analysing and calculating. It's interesting. And then at the end of the workshop, I'll be doing this kind of thing with post-its, anonymised. The most important thing you do when facilitating our workshop is, you could help us more effectively if you would, and it's not really helpful when you do so-and-so. So I use post-its as an anonymised form of feedback. But I also use them all the time for all kinds of other purposes. I learned that from Phil Race. It's quite good. Yeah, there's the work cloud. Time, groups, presentations, semester, improve. Feel is quite strong. Feel, that means feel is way up there among all the words that are used. So engineers do have feelings. Now, put it on here. Sorry, what happened there? slideshow from go for the office. Oh yeah. Okay, so year 2. This is this very free-form one. Interesting. Although I was allowed to choose any topic which suited my fancy, I was confounded by the choice, as I had not been given such freedom ever before in my academic life. Amazing. They were given total freedom to pick any topic. They didn't know what to do. Disoriented. I feel looking at myself, I was very narrow-minded, being afraid to commit to anything in case it would be wrong. But the more I went, I began to open up and got used to the idea of making decisions. It's kind of terrifying. You know, the engineers are going to fill the world with innovations, and they're afraid. They're afraid. So that's year 2. Year 3. Here's 2. These are distinct people, by the way. We all feel there's not enough hours in the day while procrastinating watching TV. It's fantastic. Like you're getting, it's hitting it on the button. It's very hard to get out of the procrastination loop. You might sit down to study and suddenly you get a notification on your phone or laptop. Next thing you know, you have to spend half an hour watching pointless videos on Facebook. It's very interesting that John Cowan can't get this. John is about 86 now. He's just emailing me and saying, what's all this? Why can't they turn off their phones? Can't get it, you know? So it's interesting. It's a real issue. It's a real issue. And here's a guy with a whole list of things about time management. Now, there's a whole question here about trust. And do I trust this? Did he really think about that? All this himself? Did he read the book? Did he get on a website? Is this educational? And, you know, so some of the things he's written there, enjoy small victories. Check things off in your to-do list to keep you motivated. Look at the last one. Take control of your self-talk. Think positively about how good it'll feel to have the work done. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of, but, you know, I would say highly valuable learning. I'm worried. I Googled the last one. I Googled the last one. They Googled the last one, yeah. Okay, well, there you are. So there's the problem. Now, I've had plagiarism as well. People plagiarise their own from previous years. So this happens. Teamwork. And he's talking about really, it didn't really work until they sat down in a room together. They were using Facebook and they were using social media, but they had to sit down. Feelings and learning. This meant I was really putting myself out there, had me and my ideas shot down. So this is some of the challenges of group work on an engineering project. People sit down and they're silent and they don't want to make a proposal. Continue to practice in front of the mirror, in front of a few friends. I felt my confidence grew and my speech began to flow easier. Then on the day of the presentation, I felt a lot more at ease. So you get a lot of, there's a lot about feelings going on in these reflections. Chinese thoughts, language is somewhat different. In this semester, the first ability I get is how to be a brave girl. Now you see, you've got to know the person involved. You've got to see her when she comes in from China. You've got to work with her in studio week after week and then read the rest of that document to understand what we're talking about here. This is not from the internet. How do I prove that to a Viva panel? I have no idea. And another one from a Chinese lad, and it's funny, you know, bravery and courage for them is huge because of the step that they've made. And look at the last one, another Chinese one. I tried to integrate into them, but I didn't get the desired reaction. There's not a lot going on all the time. Value of reflection. Now, as I said, I picked one. I've got 300 documents. Try to engage in this way of thinking as much as possible, and I think it did make some difference. It seemed to give me a more open mind. Because last semester there were modules I didn't like, but now I find myself thinking in a broader sense. I still find the modules difficult, and it's not always easy or enjoyable, but I do think changing the way we think and trying to expand our viewpoint is very worthwhile. It's helping my studies. Now, when it comes to assessing, I'm looking for some evidence, if you like, of, an important something. So we got some Saudi Arabian students as well, and it's a little bit disturbing to get tolerance, meaning to tolerate some of the childish behaviours of Saudi Arabian students against my belief. I don't know what it was he encountered exactly, but the thing is a bit longer and he's struggling to sort of let it die, not react to it, work away with the team as best he can. And who knows, it could be a bit of Irish slagging, who knows, but when you're two Muslims among the University of...
very emotional comes up through those journeys, what do you do with it?
I beg your pardon?
If something fairly emotional comes up or concerning from a you know,
pastoral point of view.
yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm very clear that I'm not the counsellor. There is a counselling service. I've spoken to John Brown about this, and so to respond and then point them at the appropriate support service, and sometimes meet for a chat so that they know they've been heard, but then be clear that I can't get too deep into this. This is too difficult. It needs to be handed on.
Can I ask, what do you mean by the third point there? Mature students tend to be mature.
They're able to reflect. It's not as problematic for them to bring themselves into consideration. So now that's a dilemma for me. Is this a waste of time at second level, level 8? Should it be done at all? Is it a cultural problem? Is it a developmental issue? Are there limits to what you
It
can
needs to
achieve?
be modelled to my experience. It needs to be modelled. It needs to be modelled to the students. I mean, that's the thing. It needs to be explicitly taught because a lot of them have no experience with it.
Yeah, well, that's why I do workshops. So, say that's one of the workshops where I take their words of their experiences, group them, and say, okay, these are the main experiences you've decided that you've had. Now, make a claim of development based on these experiences. What exactly happened, and how do you feel you were stretched, or, you know, so I'm using their words to pose the question rather than me suggesting.
So can I just go back to that? Is that based on